You're listening to The Scrimmage with Daniel Hargrove and Justin Domashevitz.
Yeah,
I think that'll work.
yeah, that you nailed that.
Nailed it in the drywall. Just right there.
Yep.
Just to make a mess. You're not supposed to do that to drywall, are you?
I don't think so.
I think
like,
you're supposed to find a stud.
yeah, I don't know all the rules. It probably depends, at least in part, on how heavy the thing you're hanging up is. If you have like a little nail, you know, that you can just kind of pop in there, it's probably fine. If you're just hanging up something that's like paper, you know. But anything with a little weight to
Pop
it.
it in there. Why not just? But instead of using a nail at that point, you should probably just use like a thumbtack or push pin.
You could. Yeah.
Smaller hole.
But some nails are so small that they're like basically a push pack.
A push pack?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a thumbtack and a push pin combined.
Oh, a push pack. Pack.
Oh boy.
Yeah. It's gonna. Welcome to the scrimmage.
Oh yeah, that's what this show is.
Yep. I'm Daniel Hargrove.
I'm Justin Domashevitz, trusty producer. Andrew Gross here with us as well.
Yep. We'll talk some sports when we have our guest on.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what we'll do pre and post to that.
I don't know. We always figure something out.
Live from the woods, it's the Scrimmage After Dark.
After dark.
Yeah.
We could have AI ask us questions again.
We could do that. We could talk about the Seahawks game.
That was
We
pretty
could
fun.
talk about the Seahawks game. Yeah.
Um,
Did you watch it?
I
watched
watched
it.
highlights, and I was following it on my phone while playing.
Because we were telling you what was happening.
No, I had the ESPN game tracker up on my phone while we were playing Zombie Burrito. But yeah, and that's always fun because then like we play this game and then my kids accuse me of cheating and I have to deny it, but then I win, and so then Peyton says, "No, that has an asterisk," and I'm like, "Shut up."
Wait,
It's an asterisk.
wait, what's the game that you're cheating at?
It's called Zombie Burrito.
And you cheat at it?
I didn't cheat. I was accused of cheating. This is the game. So
Justin is a huge Patriots fan.
very disappointed that my Patriots didn't get the top seed in the AFC.
Yeah, the Broncos?
Yeah,
Who saw
weird.
that coming? What year is it? The Broncos and the Patriots are the best teams in the AFC. What is it, like 2012? What's going on?
No, no,
Yeah.
yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Jack Traxel in the comments. What's up, man?
Have you ever heard of the game Throw
Daniel.
Burrito?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
No.
So you
Yeah.
play. It's like a card matching game. Like you pass cards around, you try to match things in pairs, and then you get to like you play certain cards, and then there are two actual like foam burritos, and then you have battles where you throw them at the other people.
You
So-
just get to hit people with burritos?
Yeah, it's pretty fun. So
I'm here
this
for
but that game is more like mostly about the card passing, and there's a little bit of burrito chucking, and then every once in a while you have a battle where like it turns into like each person has one burrito, and you line up at different parts of the house, and then you have to like run around and hide behind stuff, and first one to get pegged by a burrito loses.
And you cheated.
No. But this game, Zombie Burrito, is way less about the card passing.
That's the one that you cheated at.
And I
Oh,
didn't
you're
cheat.
right. There
I was
you go.
accused of cheating. It's all allegedly. This game is much more about the battles and less about the card passing. And as soon as, especially with my teenage boys, as soon as they realized, oh, all we have to do is find 3 battle cards and put those down, then all of a sudden we get to throw burritos at each other. We'll just do that. And they like skip every other part of the game and just try to get to the battles.
Yeah.
So at first, there was one part where the teams were my 3 kids against my wife and myself.
Okay.
And because they were the ones who played the battle card, they get to start with a burrito. So it's like, all right, not only are there 3 of them, but they also get to start with a burrito. We have to like charge into the middle of the room. So one of us basically was sacrificing ourselves
Right.
so that the other person could get the burrito.
To get burritos.
So my strategy was I'm going to like be as intimidating as I can and just charge at them, like sprint, not at the burrito that's in the middle of the room, but sprint directly at them. And then as soon as they hit me with their burrito, then I'll stop.
Right.
But they were waiting until I was like right on top of them. And then they were accusing me of like getting in the way.
Well, yeah, is that against the rules?
Well, not specifically, but also
What
I was
does
like,
I
was
rules
getting
say?
out of the way. I just did it at my own pace.
Wait, so you had to get out of the way of the burrito?
Well, there's a rule. It doesn't specifically say that you have to get out of the way, but
What does it say?
there is a rule that you have. There's a certain advantage that you have to have. Like when you play the sets of cards, there's one called Meat Shield, where once you are eliminated, then you're allowed to use your body as a shield. But I wasn't doing
But
that.
you didn't have that.
I just took my time getting out of the way.
So you were running an offensive pick play.
Yeah, and I freaked out Mac too. Like every time he was like nervous that I was just gonna blast him. Even after he hit me with the burrito, he thought I was just gonna smack him.
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
cheated.
Then I went and sacrificed myself, and then two times I was that sacrifice, and then Angel eliminated all 3 of the kids by hitting them with the burrito.
Nice.
Yeah.
But you totally were a meat shield.
No, I wasn't.
It sounds like you were.
Allegedly,
It sounds like you were a very slow, not meat shield.
I'm not that fast. So expecting me to do anything quickly is often not going to work out the way that you think. I expended all my energy sprinting at them.
Right. So you
This
didn't-
was the game.
Did you just have to like collapse once you got hit by the burrito?
Not physically. I mustered up all my strength and remained on my feet. Yeah. But this was the game that when the throw burrito game was the one we talked about this actually a couple years ago on the show when we were playing the battle where I was chasing Makani around. And I think he was like 14 at this point, and I was chasing him around and he slipped and stubbed his toe on the bookshelf and fell on the ground and was like rolling around in pain.
And you hit him with
Because
burrito.
he had stubbed a toe that he had just recently broken a couple months ago.
Ouch.
And while he was on the ground, I threw the burrito at him.
Attaboy.
Yeah, because
And
I
then
didn't.
you
I
asked
wanted
him
to
if he's
win.
okay, right?
Yeah. I wanted to make sure he was okay. I didn't want to hurt him, but I wanted to make sure that I won.
Absolutely.
I more like dropped the burrito on him.
This is what Nick also in the comments says, evening gents. My nephew on his mom's account says, I love throw burrito. Except he has it through burrito.
Yeah, it's a good game.
Nick, we know that Monty played RA long. I'm not sure if they actually did they need to play the game.
No, I'm gonna say no.
See, that's what you need to do though.
Play RA long.
Is it bad sportsmanship, or is it just necessary? Because I'm thinking as soon as you said that he was on the ground in pain, but you made sure you hit him with the burrito first.
Yeah.
I was in a softball game earlier this year, and this girl rounds third and eats it.
Yeah.
And is on the ground in pain.
Mm-hmm. You tag her first.
But nobody did.
Why?
I wasn't on the field.
What was the score?
I was off. It wasn't a blowout,
Okay.
especially in softball.
No,
Like,
you
it was
tag her
close.
first, and then you get. And
But
then
everybody was just like, "Oh, are you okay? Are you okay?" And so like I'm thinking, okay, nobody tagged her, which obviously I would have done if I was on the field.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to be the guy yelling from the dugout, tag her, while she's on the ground in pain. But I'm like,
you know what?
assuming-
That's a lot of growth out of you.
Isn't it?
Good job.
I thought so too. But everybody stops. People help her up off the ground. And then she just walks back and gets on third base.
No.
And I'm like, what? Again, I didn't yell about it. So I showed growth there. But I'm like, in what universe do you just get to walk back to third base?
Yeah.
And it was
Well,
against
and then-
the team that always complains about rules and stuff.
Yeah.
So I really showed growth here, man.
Good job.
Because that
you
was bonkers.
Did you win?
Yes,
Okay.
thankfully.
'Cause
But
that
I
would be one where
I
it's
was
like-
what, in what universe do you just eat it by yourself in the middle of a base path,
Yeah.
cry for a while, people help you up, and then you
Yeah.
just walk back to third base? Like,
Now we have
what is going on?
We have taught that girl that lesson.
Yeah.
That if she gets in a pickle in a tough spot,
Just fall
all she
down
has to
and-
do is throw herself on the ground and cry,
Yeah.
and she doesn't have to be out.
Absolutely.
We're just enabling her, really, at that point. We're not helping her learn any kind of positive lesson. What's even the point of playing sports if you're not going to try to learn positive lessons from it? You're just going to be enabled for this type of behavior. It's unacceptable.
That's true. Oh, Daniel said we should have dropped a burrito on her.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I would have had a burrito, I would have dropped it.
Yeah, I agree. We should bring the burritos to the softball games. And if somebody's like writhing in pain, just drop a burrito on them.
I mean, if it's a real burrito, that should help them feel better.
Yeah,
I don't know about you. Burritos always help me feel better.
I don't like beans. So as long as it's a beef and cheese, like a barbecue beef burrito.
You just blanket statement said you don't like beans.
I really don't.
That is.
I don't find them repulsive as a whole, but it would never be a food. Any type of bean, basically, would not be a food I would choose to eat.
Any type of bean. There's lots of types of beans.
Yeah.
And you just don't like all of them.
It's not,
Hundreds of types of beans, and you're confident don't like any of them.
I've tried every bean on earth, and I'm very confident.
What about green beans?
No, not a green bean guy.
Do you like...
He's about to hit me with something out of left field that's going to be like, oh, this is actually a bean.
Well, he's probably going to
Go ahead, Andrew.
I can't remember. I'm drawing a blank on the word that I'm looking for right now. Your wife eats it a bunch. It's a dip.
Oh, hummus?
hummus?
No, I don't like hummus.
Okay.
Not a hummus guy. I don't like chickpeas.
Chickpeas. 'Cause they're beans?
Here's one
Yes,
here's one thing.
chickpeas are beans.
Are peas a bean? Like I do eat snow peas, like the snap peas
Oh, I don't know.
that come in the pod.
No.
I like those.
They're not a bean.
Those are peas.
Those are a separate category.
I assume so.
Okay.
Wow.
I'm
yeah.
not sure exactly
What's the best bean?
But
This is a good question. What is the best
green
bean?
beans.
Green beans?
I like green beans best.
I like
coffee beans.
kidney beans in some soup and chili.
I like chili without beans.
I like chili without beans.
You know what? Chili is not the important part or beans are not the important part of chili.
Yeah.
But I do enjoy beans in chili. And I like beans in burritos.
So if
I don't know why I
somebody
said it like that.
if I was hungry and the only food option was like a beef and bean burrito, I would eat it.
Okay.
And it'd be fine.
Yeah.
But I would never choose it.
You would never okay. Like I get what you're saying with like just straight beans.
In fact, I'll go this far. If I went to a gas station and I was like, I need some hot food, and the only hot food there was a bean burrito,
you'd say no.
I would move on to a different place and get food somewhere else.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't
Good to
like
know.
gas station burritos. I don't like the deep fried burritos because they're crunchy and they squeeze the stuff inside out.
Good
I
to know.
like a breakfast burrito from the Quick Stop in Monty though.
the quick
Yeah,
I like
that's not deep fried though, is it?
I like
No, it's
plan
not.
my
Yeah,
Sundays around a trip to the quick stop now.
Yeah. And then you just like load up.
Dude, again way too much. And then he gave me a free thing today, so I always say afterwards that I ordered too much food after I eat it all. And this time I ordered too much food and then he gave me a free thing, so I like ate it all.
Yeah.
Anyway, Jack says we're way off task. The sad thing is, Jack, we don't really have any tasks because the holiday season and sicknesses. I'm going to throw a bunch of excuses out there. Holiday season, sicknesses, we're old. I needed a nap today. I think Justin needed a nap today. We don't have a show sheet.
I napped for 15 minutes and I spent roughly 3 hours at my niece's birthday party.
Dude, how do you sleep for 15 minutes?
I woke up with a jolt.
I bet.
I hadn't actually intended to sleep. So I knew
okay.
you were going to I figured I was going to see you sometime between like 6:15 and 6:30. That would be about the time you'd come by.
Yeah.
And it was about 5:45 when I got home. So I literally walked in. I'm operating on about 2 hours of sleep. I fell face down on the couch and I was like, I'm going to just rest for a minute. And I wasn't actually planning on falling asleep. And then I woke up and realized I had been asleep, but I had no idea how long I had been asleep. As far as I knew, it was 8:45. And so I was like, whoa! And I like woke up with a jolt. And then I look at my phone. I'm like, oh, it's only been 15 minutes. So that's how I'm not like dragging right now. Because often if I fell asleep for 15 minutes, it would take me a really long time to wake up.
Absolutely.
Something else though. Daniel said the International Legumes Society is going to hear about this. I think beans and legumes are different things, aren't they?
I thought beans were legumes.
I thought there were two separate things, beans and legumes.
No, beans. I think I'm guessing, entirely guessing. I think beans and peas might both be legumes.
Yes, all beans are legumes. Okay, I was wrong.
Are peas legumes?
Not all legumes are beans, but all beans are legumes.
Are peas legumes?
Key distinctions. A legume is the scientific
Yes.
term for the plant family that bears pods, including beans, peas, lentils, peanuts, and soybeans. Peanuts are not nuts. They're legumes.
Yeah, so
That's
good thing
funny.
you didn't say, do you like peanuts? like
Yeah,
peanuts?
I like peanuts.
So good thing you didn't say you hated all legumes.
Yeah, then I would just be dead wrong.
You would have
Like,
been a liar.
wow. Yeah.
Whoa.
Anyway, I think that's all we have for our show today.
No, we're going to talk to Chace.
Oh yeah.
Chase is we've been talking to Chase for a long time.
Well,
but
let's
we're
talk
actually
Seahawks
gonna,
for a
like,
little bit.
talk verbally to Chase.
Yeah, we are. We're gonna do that around 7:30.
Yeah.
So let's talk Seahawks for a little bit, and then we'll
Okay.
bring Chase
Wow,
in.
we're gonna do regional first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, do you have local? No, let's talk about the. Well, we could do Aberdeen Elma. That's the game you
that's
broadcasted.
the game that which
So
is
we'll
also
do that
an
with
Elma
Chase.
game. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll do regional first.
Okay, so we don't want to like talk about. I thought for sure you'd be right on 3 Montesano Bulldogs named to all-state football team.
Yeah, I did see that. So Zach Timmons.
I say we stick to the normal cadence of the show.
I know.
And
See,
do some local stuff first.
I feel
You want roundup music?
No.
Oh, okay.
We are so far away from roundup music.
all state teams are hard because you have to be in like a team that does something serious at state to like make you could be like a really, really good player, but if you're on a team that's just okay,
Yeah,
you're not going to get an all state
That's true.
nod. And the way that they seem to be doing it, and I don't have a problem with this. I think it's totally fine. But they seem to take like, oh, here are the teams who made it to the state tournament, or maybe even like, heavier weight toward the teams that advanced around in the state tournament, and who are the MVPs who played on that team. And is there anybody else maybe that's high profile that we can grab and put on that team?
That makes sense.
Like a two-way first team all year. But it's often just the guys who won MVP awards.
Gotcha.
But the one thing that's very interesting, first of all, Forrest Wargum, I'm sure, is just super happy to see Cole Kesbu on the all-state team.
I was excited about that,
Cole
too.
as a linebacker. He was the defensive MVP. Forrest nominated him for Athlete of the Week like 5 times throughout the regular season, but we never had defensive stats really. And plus, we just ignored him.
we finally gave it to him
we did.
at the end of the season when
Yeah.
he did something offensively. Like, bro,
Yeah.
play offense already.
But
no,
we
I'm just
lo-
kidding.
we-
He played offense the
We
whole time.
wrapped it all in together because we
Yes.
took his state offensive performance and included the defensive stats to go with it to give him Athlete of the Week. So congratulations to Cole Kesbu. Zach Timmons gets an all-state nod as a running back on the offensive side. He was a defensive all-state player the previous year.
Gotcha.
As a DB. So this is his second all-state, and he got 1 on each side. And then also Torrin Kreitz. Let's see. I'm going to assume that's an offensive one. I'll see if I can figure out. Kreitz, all-state honor as a wide receiver. Yeah. Caught a team-high 44 passes for 597 yards and rushed for 221 yards. So all super deserving kids.
Oh, and I'm just seeing here in this article as well, the what is WCFCA?
That's the Coaches Association.
Gotcha. So they also did an inaugural all-academic football team.
Yeah.
Kesbu, Timmons, along with Cole Revel. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure who he plays for.
Aberdeen.
Gotcha. And Luke Martin of Aberdeen and Hoquiam's Andrew Lee, not Andrew's Hoquiam Lee. I'm all over this. And Ethan Byron. No, it says it right. I just saw my brain went dyslexic for a minute there, as it does sometimes, and I started reading Andrew first. Andrew
Luke.
Lee and Ethan Byron. I know, Luke.
Way to
being
go,
all smart
Luke.
and
All
stuff.
6'4" and everything, getting all state, all
He was-
academic, all state.
He said that he thinks he was 6'1" on his football roster this year. And he said it was like, I was talking to him yesterday as I was playing hockey, by the way. You just decided not to come and play hockey. What the heck, man?
Yeah, I'm old.
Dude, my brother played. He's older than you.
Yeah, he's in way better shape than I am.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, he's taken better care of himself than I have over the years. He is old though. I actually did want to play. I think
He's old.
Kai,
Justin's
he is
broken
old.
down from peak season.
I played basketball with my sons like 3 weeks ago, and I'm still recovering from that. No,
Dude, I'm so sore from playing hockey.
if you want to
yesterday.
know the truth,
Yeah, you can't. Can I handle it?
I think I probably would have played. I got a cold this past week that really kicked my butt. Put me down for 3 days, and I haven't been this sick in a really long time. And then it's been, I still have a little bit of a cough, but yesterday I still had symptoms when I woke up. So I don't recover from illness quite as quickly as I did when I was a young man.
Yeah, when you used to
and
carry
so
around a garbage can at work so you could throw up into it and still do your job.
When I could sleep 2 hours and then feel totally fine right now, I slept 2 hours last night and I feel like I'm in a different world right now. So that is something that in the future I would really like to play in that hockey thing.
It's
And I
fun.
think they're going to do it again at some point.
Yeah,
I want to do it.
It usually ends up being about once a year, but it's a lot of fun. They just set up some. For those of you who don't know, we just play in the parking lot at Grace Harbor Foursquare Church. They set up like wooden barriers, and then we play like ball hockey. It's fun.
I heard Luke Martin scored 4 goals in one game.
He did, but he didn't do it against our team.
Too much defense. The Hargroves would have locked him down.
Locked him
Yeah.
down. So apparently so I was actually really late. My brother texted me and was like, "Hey, you coming?" And I was like, "Oh crap, I'll be there in 20 minutes." But my team tied a game before I got there, and then we went undefeated after that. So my team won all the stuff. It was me, my brother, Bobby Stewart, and Caleb Lawson.
Oh man,
And we were the old guys. We took everybody down.
that away.
Yeah.
Attaboy.
Yeah, I felt pretty good about it. The last team we played was a bunch of teenagers.
Um,
Still won.
Andrew, do you want to go ahead and create the Zoom link, and I'll send that to Chace in a few minutes after you're done. Anything else, Daniel, from local sports? I know Monty boys basketball played a couple of games. There's not a ton of sports that went on during that holiday break. Monty boys basketball played a couple games, but they were against R.A. Long and Tumwater. They lost both of those.
Yeah, as Nick mentioned.
The big one I think that we are going to talk about is Elma beating Aberdeen. Daniel, you broadcast that game.
That was a fun game.
We're going to have Chace on to talk about that as well. But there's not really a ton outside of that.
There's been some topsy-turvy, like, transitive properties. Like,
Yeah.
it's been hard to figure some things out.
I
We
think
also had a massive performance by Aaliyah Kennedy. Did you see those messages that Chad sent in?
No.
Oh, my God.
I'll go grab
Oh, my
them.
goodness. So, you know how we always, like, put a little bit extra weight? He didn't necessarily say, hey, here's Athlete of the Week nomination. But when a coach starts sending us stats,
What even are these numbers?
right? He's like, we had a loss, but Aaliyah had 17 points, 17 rebounds, 5 steals, and 3 assists.
That's not even the crazier one.
And then he's like, that was against Black Hills. No excuses. We turned the ball over too much and didn't shoot well. And then he said against Franklin Pierce, she had 28 points, 12 rebounds, 14 steals, 4 blocks, and 3 assists.
I don't want to just keep making
just a trip dub with 14 steals.
I don't want to keep making this joke, but that was just one guy named Franklin Pierce, obviously. Because
so
if it's a team, those stats don't happen.
Well, dude, even stealing the ball 14 times
That's
from one guy,
crazy.
like, even if you're just playing one guy,
No, you just trap him,
just trap him and she steals
and he has
the ball
nowhere to
every time.
pass.
So yeah,
Unless it's Evan Newton, nobody's
That's
breaking that press.
that's true. He break presses by himself.
I love just throwing out random names that nobody knows but us.
100%. And then he also said that Lexi LeBounty had 19 points and 12 steals in that game.
That was in the same game that Aaliyah had 14 steals.
Maybe it was just a guy named Franklin
Yeah.
who couldn't hold on to the ball. Was there butter on the popcorn?
I want to see the rest of the stats. Did Sidney Gordon have 11 steals?
You're right. They just all
Just go down the roster and everybody had double-digit steals in that Franklin Pierce game.
Oh, that's awesome.
All right. I've got the link from Andrew. I'm going to send it to Chace, and then we'll just kill a little time here until he's ready to jump in.
Dude, Lincoln's that young? Jack Traxel said that Lincoln from Hoquiam got an offer to play some 16U international ball. That'd be cool. I didn't know he was that young still.
Yeah, he's a junior.
Junior? Oh, gosh, yeah.
I think a junior can be either 16 or 17, though, right? Because
Yeah.
a lot of kids are.
Yeah, I turned 17 in January of my junior year.
Yeah, I graduated when I was 17, but my birthday is weird. It falls in like that like end of summertime.
I think we've got Chace, guys.
Okay, we've got Chace, guys.
He might be muted.
Chase, can you hear us?
Yeah. Sorry, I've never used Zoom on this phone before, so I'm having to get everything going.
Oh, I don't know. It looks good. The video looks good. Audio sounds good.
Except you're wearing a Patriots shirt.
I like the shirt. Go Pats, our Patriots.
Go Pats.
Gross.
We're the two seed. Got the Chargers next week. Should be easy work.
Should be. Drake May 4 touchdowns probably.
I was thinking 5.
Yeah,
but,
that'd be cool. That'd be cool.
Well, there's the Seahawks got the 1 seed, so just throwing that out there.
The NFC didn't have 2 teams with 14 wins in it, though. The AFC did.
Oh, we had
both my
wins.
favorite teams this year finished 14-3. The
That's
Seahawks
crazy.
and the Patriots.
Dude, how wild is it that Sam Darnold won 14 had 14 wins in back-to-back seasons
in Minnesota last year,
Yeah.
and they released him for some reason to get J.J. McCarthy.
It's so dumb.
Yeah.
So dumb.
Minnesota. Anyway, I think that's all we had, Chase. So, thanks for joining us.
No, let's talk first. Let's start with the game that we were both at, which means the only game I was at, but you're at a lot of games. But that Aberdeen Elma game was an absolute blast, and I was impressed by 2 things. One, how Elma took care of the basketball against that Aberdeen defense, which is kind of known for forcing turnovers. But also, if they get scoring performances from that many guys, they're going to be really tough to beat. They had 4 players in double figures. And I guess I was kind of wondering, are those some guys that we can expect to have big performances, or was that kind of things that might be a little out of the ordinary and you got some good big performances?
JC as a sophomore is turning into a very good point guard. He's improved. We started the season with Tanner starting at point guard, and then it's worked better with them both on the court at the same time.
Okay.
So we got JC at point now. He's turning into going to be one heck of a player.
Yeah.
And in a couple years. And his scoring's been going up as the season's been going by. So that's a good sign. Trayton, I believe that Trayton Webb, that might have been a career high for him in a game against Aberdeen, which is big. If he can produce like that, that will be big for us. He has a great shot. I wish he would shoot it a little more. Sometimes he gets open and he passes out of stuff, but he has a great 3-pointer when he's hitting. And the best part about that game to me was Isaac only had 12 points in it, and we got enough out of everybody else to where Isaac could become more of a distributor of the ball and not have to just look to score all the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're absolutely right. So JC Moreno, who you mentioned, had 15 points. He led the way. And then Trayton Webb, who you also mentioned, had 14 points right behind him. And then Isaac had 12. But I also had Isaac for I'm sure he had more, but I had him for 3 or 4 steals and 3 blocks or 2 blocks or something like that too.
I'd have to look on Max Preps, but he had a stat line game. He filled out the stat line definitely.
Yeah, and
what that was.
I know we chatted a bit after the game, but you're right. I love how he turned into a facilitator in that game where he would beat a guy off the dribble and then get double teamed and find an open man. It was there all night long. It was fun to watch.
And he was a split second away from having 2 dunks and matching matching his season average, or at least in the last few games.
Was it back-to-back plays?
Yes, it was the last play. Well, last play of the first quarter, and then he opened up the second quarter. Just one pass driving baseline and just jammed it. It was awesome. But
It was pretty awesome, Justin. Like, first of all, end of the first quarter, he's on a breakaway. Totally could have laid it in or gone with a floater to beat the clock, but instead just decided to sky for the jam, and it was like probably like 0.2 seconds too late, so it didn't count. And so I was
But it looked cool though.
yeah, I was on the broadcast
it was the ethical approach.
yeah,
Down at the.
Is this
time
Moreno?
running out.
Moreno we're talking about?
yeah, he was.
So the official stats on Max Preps have him in the Aberdeen game with 15 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. It doesn't have any steals or blocks.
no, I was the
Isaac.
full.
You were talking about Isaac.
Yeah,
Isaac had 6 assists, 3 steals, 2 blocks.
Yeah, 6 assists. Oh, so I nailed the blocks and steals. Sweet. But yeah, then
Only 6 rebounds though. Isaac, come on, step it up, buddy.
which is low for him. But the next play, that was the end of the first quarter. The first play of the second quarter, he took like one dribble along the baseline and just skied for like a 2-hand dunk, like it was a college game. And I was just like, what is going on right now?
I had a friend at the game who was texting me like, "Oh my gosh, McGaffey just had one of the best dunks I've ever seen in a high school game."
Yeah.
It doesn't surprise me, mostly because we've known for a while that Isaac is a freak athlete.
Yeah.
The Chace actually sent me a highlight from over the summer with a dunk that he had in a summer game, and I was like, "Holy cow!" Like he really took it up another level here.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna see some explosive dunks. Like we haven't had a lot of like real explosive dunkers around here. The one kid this is an Eatonville kid, but in our league, there's this kid from a few years ago named Shea Brannon.
Yeah.
And he was like 6'5", 6'6", and just incredibly athletic. And he had one play where he's like underneath the rim, off both feet, jumping from like under the backboard out with a 2-hand dunk. And I was like, good Lord, that's like another level of athleticism.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see that kind of stuff. I've seen a lot of kids locally try to dunk and get either stuffed by the rim or the ball shoots out. And then there's some too that can do that kind of little rim grazer dunk.
Yeah.
But we've got a few that can actually seriously dunk right now.
Yeah. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
And Isaac's been averaging like 2 a game, so we're.
Well, shoot. I mean, he's so quick off the dribble that, yeah.
That's so hard to do.
Against Corbett, I think he had 3 against Corbett and Seaside in the last game we won down there.
Before, I want to ask you a little bit about that tournament too, but before that, let's see. So, and then the third was Dylan Meyer had 10 points as well.
Mm-hmm.
He looks like a guy who's kind of turning into a good post presence that could give a lot of the teams, especially like, I mean, the league's not that big. Monty's got some length, but a lot of the other teams don't.
Outside of Monty, Hoquiam, Rochester, and Rochester I haven't really watched much of, but I know Hoquiam and Tenino are very small.
Yeah, and I feel like Dylan could be a problem for some of those teams.
Yeah. For him and for a lot of the kids, and honestly for probably most teams, but it just comes down to finishing the shots at the rim, and we've had some issues with that, but that's high school basketball, I guess.
For sure.
There was a lot of that in the Monty Aberdeen game, just inability to finish shots around the rim. So you definitely know this team better than you and I have been chatting about this team for a while now, partly because I feel like coming into the season, this is probably the Elma basketball team that I've known the least about the players who are coming in and who are going to be big impact players. I feel like the tone of the team going into the season was very confident, and people from outside were like, well, what do you have outside of McGaffey? And I think these guys have really stepped up early in the season, winning record. I do think that Aberdeen win is significant. They've kind of stepped up. So what are your thoughts kind of overall about like, how does this team stack up? Like what's the expectation? Like what do you think? What do you see this team being able to achieve?
So before we get in here, I just want to clarify again that these are my thoughts, not because they are coached by Matt Ferrier, no relation, but
Good call.
these are this is me. I'm my own person. I have my own thoughts.
Yeah, we know you don't
expect-
speak to your father. You guys have completely during basketball season just cut off all contact. Yeah.
Yeah. But no, I don't speak for him. I mean, I do speak to him, but I don't speak for him.
Okay.
That makes
Basically,
sense.
I just don't want to get him in trouble.
Right. Understood.
I do expect us to compete with Monty for first and second in league.
Oh, absolutely.
Past that, I know down south Fort Vancouver looks like far and away the best team in our district, like by far. I think they got one of a transfer from Mark Morris, I think I heard, to add to the team. They are a 3A school playing in 1A classification,
So
but
weird.
Don't get me started on that. But
So dumb.
I think they're going to be tough. I think Kingsway is going to be tough. I think La Center has the ability or the potential. They have a couple, like they got blown out by Chehalis, who I've heard is down, and I know Monty beat Chehalis. So I don't know. And then Kalama is what looks like the fourth place team down there, and we beat them by 20 last Saturday in Elma. So I know for sure the top two down there are tough. After that, like obviously we don't know everything about that league because we don't watch it, but
It's confusing enough to figure out our own league and what the pecking order is.
Yeah.
I do think it could be a year where the South may be a little better than us.
Well, if
But
it was
maybe
just
not.
if it was just a little better, that would be an improvement from the last few years.
Yeah.
Because the South's kind of dominated the last few years, but
Yeah, well,
Which is
Seton
annoying.
Catholic definitely is not what they have been the last couple of years, and that's a big difference there.
yeah.
Well, they lost their best player and their coach because their coach was the kid's dad.
Yeah.
And the kid transferred and the dad went with him. So
They moved to California, I think. I think they went.
It was like California or Oregon or something like that.
That kid
He
was
like transferred.
He was really good. He was the first time I watched him play, he was a freshman. He was already like
Oh yeah,
6'5",
Yeah.
6'5" wing, super athletic, dunking as a freshman.
Yeah, I remember that kid.
Yeah.
He was really good.
So I don't think anybody. I think most people figured he was probably going to be gone at some point.
That's so weird.
It's a private school though. Like
Yeah, who cares?
Yeah.
Like I do not care at all that a kid
Yeah.
transferred away from a private
school,
Like,
and it's Seton Catholic, which is
did.
like this private school that suddenly has all this NIL money to be great in every sport.
seriously. Yeah, I don't.
Well,
yeah, just the whole
I've
thing about
actually-
all the transfers.
it's crazy when you look because I've looked at Seton Catholic like their records across their sports, like going back like what's on Max Preps and everything, and it's really only been in the last like 5 years like they just broke out and all of a sudden
Yeah.
we're winning the district title in every sport.
NIL money.
Yep.
Yeah.
They got funded all of a sudden and started recruiting pretty well. When I was talking to Coach Ferrier, he mentioned that he thought that the Seaside trip, even though you guys lost, or Elma lost 2 out of 3 down there, that it was kind of a really big team building experience for that squad as well. Can you talk about some of the, did you go down to the tournament and watch those games? So what was the competition? Because you said that they got beat by some pretty big schools down there.
Bigger schools down there. I think I want to say they were Oregon, or they would have been Washington 2As, maybe 3As.
Okay.
I know the classifications are different down there, but it was St. Helens and the Dalles
Right.
down there. And they were both the Dalles. They shot very well. They were really physical. They pressured you. or physical. They were athletic and physical, I guess, but they wanted to push the pace, and I actually thought we did a decent job at slowing them down, slowing their pace down in that game.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, when you have the ability to just pull up and hit, you know, 3 after 3 and then drive to the rim, you know, it's hard. I think we lost by 12 or 13, but they were a solid team. St. Helens they played really good defense. They didn't blow you away on offense, but they held us to 2 points in the second quarter of that game, which is kind of crazy to think about, but they just played like really physical, frustrating defense. So they were bigger schools. We got a lot out of it, you know, seeing teams that you don't see really ever. You know, you're down there with your team and you get closer, like you said, and then you get Corbett, which is Washington 1A, and we were better than them, and it was good to end the trip on a win for sure.
Makes a lot of sense.
So let's talk a little. I know for people who don't know, Chace has on Instagram and Facebook Elma Sports Tracker. I would encourage everybody go search those pages out and follow him if you're interested in local sports at all. He follows a variety of sports, like pretty much all the sports during every sports season. He goes to just a ton of events, way more than most people would be able to do. He's there. He's very dedicated. He cares a lot. Excuse me. But he's also kind of just a local sports junkie, and I see him at games that don't have any Elma involved on a fairly regular basis. So he knows a lot. He follows a lot. He's got a lot of good information. So go follow his pages and stay up to date on what's going on around here. But I guess if we're ready to kind of turn the page from basketball, let's talk about or at least boys basketball. Like there's girls basketball and you have wrestling on both sides. Talk to us a little bit about who are some of the standout athletes, who are some of the performers that you've noticed outside of boys basketball for Elma this winter season.
Xavier Espinosa, obviously. It seems like I did a post about, because you know it's hard to like truly follow wrestling for me. I'm definitely more of a basketball guy than a wrestling guy, but you know, going on Track Wrestling and looking at their placements for the meets, and he finished second in one meet like last weekend or whatever, and I was like surprised that he got second and not first.
Yeah, that is kind of odd, actually.
Yeah. But he got first at I think it was Jim Bear or something like that in Castle Rock this weekend.
Oh yeah.
I know Aiden Johnson, he's up there. He's been finishing top 5 in a lot of wrestling meets. Ben Totten has been up there. It's when you go through and look at the top 5 finishers, it's pretty cool to see a group of names again and again and again every week. Girls wise, I think there's like less girls wrestling, so I'm trying to remember. For the record, I'm not a wrestling guy, so, but I want to say her name, Taylor Nesmith, I want to say I've seen her name a few times. Here. Sorry, I'm unprepared for wrestling.
No, you're good. You're good.
No worries.
We are also generally unprepared for wrestling, and you probably just gave us more names than we would have come up with on our own.
Oh, 100%.
Although I did notice that I think that Castle Rock tournament I think is a really big one. And the weird thing about wrestling is a lot of times when you get these big tournaments, like you have guys who like Xavier Espinosa who never lose, who's a defending state champion. And I don't know this one specifically, but he could lose to like a 4A state-ranked wrestler. Right. There could be somebody from a higher classification that comes down and beats him. And Ben, you mentioned Ben Totten. I think he finished 4th in that one, but he's had some wins also throughout the course of this season. Mm-hmm. So that's, I think, probably the hardest part about wrestling for me and for us as a whole is like, it's hard to figure out like what's the really impressive thing.
Right.
Like, okay, you had a duel. You had 5 guys win their duel match. But then you go to a huge tournament and you have a guy take fourth, and that's like a way bigger deal than winning first place at some kind of smaller league meet.
Right.
So yeah, I think if I'm remembering correctly, that Castle Rock one is a really big one.
Mhm. Olivia Mason is a girl's name that I've seen up there finishing first or second. Hyla Carson. Sorry, I'm going through my posts.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, it was the Vashon Island one was when Xavier finished second, and I was like, on Tuesday. But this week in Castle Rock, Aiden Johnson was first at 126. Xavier Espinosa was first in 132. Ben Totten fourth in 138. Troy Roop fourth in 144. Bryson Crawford fourth in 150. Liam McManus third in 157, and Levi Russell third in 175.
It's a lot of placers.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And I think as a team, they finished third as a team out of all the teams that were there.
It's been a really, really solid wrestling program. Both the wrestling programs in East County have been really, really good over the last few years.
Yep.
And then the girls basketball team, they can actually shoot pretty decently from outside. There was a game, they also played Corbett the third day in Seaside, and Michaela Roberts, who's a sophomore, she hit 7 3-pointers, I want to say, in that game.
That's some Jacob Cusada numbers.
Yeah. Giving me a heart attack is what he's doing.
Yeah,
But they have some trouble scoring inside sometimes, but they can shoot, and they have a good freshman point guard. It's actually Traden Carter's younger sister.
Okay.
Mercedes Carter, and she's starting point guard as a freshman. She's pretty decent. Olivia Moore, you see her, she'll pop up sometimes with 20-point games.
Is she a junior? Is Olivia a junior?
Olivia's a senior.
Okay.
Kalia Tolentino's a decent shooter. I think they just lack size, really. Sometimes they struggle scoring inside, and then obviously you can be hot and cold. But I think the girls are in a good place to finish at least top 3 in the league. Monty's kind of looking better, at least scores wise. I haven't really watched much of Monty girls, but at least scores wise, I think they won like 5 games in a row. So things are starting to click for them. And obviously Hoquiam seems to still be the favorite to win the girls league.
Yeah, I've heard that Hoquiam's depth isn't really there this year.
They had a couple girls that didn't play from last year's team to this year's team. They had a couple girls who didn't come back.
Yeah.
I know, Renasia Burtonshaw didn't come back.
That bums me out.
But also,
I was excited to watch her play this year.
She got hurt in soccer, didn't she?
Oh, did she?
In soccer.
She got hurt during track season. Did she get hurt again?
She may have.
And then there was, I can't remember her first name, but they had a Capoman on last year's team who would have been like one of their primary ball handlers who didn't come back and play.
Gotcha.
And I think that is probably the one, if you look at that Hoquiam team, like obviously with Aaliyah Kennedy and Sydney Gordon, they're going to dominate the paint against almost everybody.
Yep.
But outside of Lexi LeBounty, is there another guard? I don't know. Haven't watched him play enough yet.
Yeah.
I've seen clips and stuff, but I haven't seen a full game, so it's hard to know if they're going to be able to handle the ball.
I watched them, which this is kind of a bad thing to measure against, but I watched them against Adna at the Adna Holiday Tournament.
Right.
I went down there and watched some games, and they just they couldn't handle the press at all in that game, and they led to some turnovers, and Adna kind of rolled away with them. But I think Adna girls are like really good, so
yeah, they're definitely
that could definitely be an issue for them. I mean, I think the unfortunate reality is like just girls basketball in our area is not at a great level all around. I mean, there's definitely some individual players that are really good, but overall team wise, it definitely seems to be down from maybe what it has been at other point in times.
Yeah.
But I think for boys and girls, it's going to be Elma, Monty, Hoquiam top 3 in both leagues.
As it should be. I mean, shuffle the order, though, of course. No.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, it's a Monty,
yeah, we
and
don't
then whatever else happens after that.
dominate
I don't care.
Tenino and Rochester.
Yeah.
Keep them where they belong.
Especially Tenino. Just dominate Tenino
Especially
first.
tonight.
Dominate Tenino first. Give whatever energy you have the rest of it towards Rochester.
Yep.
Just keep those teams at the
I
bottom.
have no beef with Rochester. Maybe it's just because they haven't been in the league long enough, but I have no problem with
I
Rochester.
kind of like Rochester a little bit.
Yeah.
We have, some of the Rochester kids a couple years ago made friends with us by following our posts and talking smack. And so we kind of enjoy Rochester a little bit right now. Tenino they're just always the worst.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
But
Agreed.
I watched their boys early against Rainier, and I've watched them some on video, and they're very small, and they're gonna struggle in league. I think.
Tenino or Rochester?
Well, both, but Tenino I'm talking about.
Gotcha. Okay.
They're a far cry from what Tenino has been. Tenino boys have been the last few years.
Yeah, I mean, they really just had like that one class, like the Burkhart, Gagne, Scow class. That those guys, and then they had Will Feltus to mix in with those guys. But before and after that, there wasn't a lot there. Those guys were really good. I'll give them a lot of credit. But yeah. Anyway, I think Chace, we're about out of time with you. But is there anything else about Elma sports that you think is important that we should know before we let you go?
We're gonna beat Monty.
Okay.
Oh,
There's always that.
Okay, it's been guaranteed, people. It's been guaranteed by Chace Ferrier, no
not-
relation.
no, really.
Not
Yeah,
in
Chase.
writing. Not in writing.
It's a verbal contract.
No, I think
Well, I'll be at the January 21st game at Elma. So,
at Elma.
Yep.
Should be
So,
fun.
yep, I'll be broadcasting that game.
Better get there early and set up your stuff all spread out around you so you don't get crowded too bad.
Yeah. Well,
That's going to be a packed house.
it is going to be packed, but they treat me well there. I've always been treated very well at the gym.
We're good hospitality in Elma.
Absolutely.
I wasn't suggesting that the hospitality would be bad. I was suggesting that when you broadcast there, you're in the middle of where everyone is, and there's going to be the last few times that I've been to a Monty Elma boys basketball game, it gets so packed that it's standing room only and like spilling out into the little cafeteria area.
Yep.
It's awesome, I think, regardless of what the games come down, because I really do think it's going to come down to 4 to 8 points in both games between us.
48 points.
4 to 8. 4 to 8. But usually someone goes on a run fourth quarter. That's what it's been the last couple years.
Yeah.
But in that stretch, I think I do love the renewal of the Elma Monty basketball rivalry.
Same.
We played 6 games in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Between each other, and they've all been packed houses. They've all been really close, really fun games.
Yeah, maybe the boys basketball rivalry can get us back to like really not liking each other. Like it's just the rivalry's just been too friendly over the last decade or so. We got to get back to the hate, man.
It's easy for you to say that. It's easy for the Monty guy to say that.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yep.
100%.
Yep. Okay, well, we're going to let Chace go. He predicted a 48-point Elma win over Monty officially, verbally. We're going to put it down in writing and send it out on a Facebook post that Chace predicted that. No relation.
No. Thanks for having me on, guys.
Yeah.
It was fun. Anytime you want me back on, we can, before districts or something, I don't know, we can.
Yeah.
Love it.
Absolutely, man.
Awesome.
And I'll see you in Elma on the 21st.
And go Pats.
Go Pats.
Stop.
Bye, Chace.
Bye, guys.
So that was Chace Ferrier, Elma Sports Tracker. Go find on Facebook and Instagram. He has Elma Sports Tracker pages. If you type that in, you'll be able to find it. A lot of good stuff there.
I was going to say we should take a break.
Yeah.
And then since we focused pretty much all on the Elma side of things of that basketball game, we can come back and I'll kind of give like a little bit more about the whole game to highlight some of the Aberdeen players.
Let's
in
do
that
this.
as well.
Let's do this. Let's play, since we've been going for almost an hour already, let's play both commercials.
What?
And then we'll come back and just do a half and half show.
A half and half.
And then
we are a hockey show,
on
sir.
the-
And I played hockey yesterday and wore my hockey jersey. No, excuse
Sweater.
me, sweater.
Yeah.
My hockey sweater that Andrew got me for Christmas. I was Brandon Tanev out there throwing bows, punching people.
Does he even still play for the Kraken?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. He wears our number, though. So let's play both commercials. On the other side, we're going to do Aberdeen basketball talk. We'll do Seahawks talk, and then we'll close the show with a brief Stump Daniel.
Ooh.
But before we do those things, let's take a quick commercial break.
Do you have a legal situation and need someone on your side? Let the law office of Jeffrey A. Domashevitz be your advocate. If you've been the victim of medical malpractice, suffered a personal injury, or need representation with real estate law, small business law, or estate planning, let Jeff Domashevitz put his 29 years of experience to work for you. Call Jeff Domashevitz today at 360-612-3991 or visit domashevitzlaw.com. That's DAMASIEWICZLAW.com.
Spivey Realty Group's goal is to make buying, selling, investing, and renting real estate in Grace Harbor simple. They believe in 100% transparency and unparalleled communication with local expertise, tech-enhanced, and top-notch service for their friends, neighbors, and community. Their goal is simple: get a group of strong-willed, hard-working people together who want to make a difference in Grace Harbor and to use real estate as the means of achieving that. Voted Grace Harbor's best real estate company. Find them on Facebook or visit graceharborrealestate.com. Spivey Realty Group, elevating small town real estate.
You know, I think instead of saying that I was incarcerated when I recorded that, because remember, that's what you guys were saying when it happened. Mm-hmm. The birds in the background make it much more likely that we should say I was at spring training or like the Masters.
What
or
did you
something
do
like
at
that.
spring training to get incarcerated?
Don't worry about it.
When we say that you were in jail during that, we're not like, that's not speculation. That's what happened.
No.
You were in jail.
I was not
You
in jail.
recorded that from jail.
I
You can-
recorded that
you can
from
hear
the
someone's
sidelines.
cell door clanging shut during the read.
Yeah, exactly.
No, that wasn't the cell door. That was
It was the outer cell door
Yes.
that the guards, when you're in your cell, obviously, and the guards have to have another door outside of that they exit and enter with. It's a loud, clanging metal door.
sure.
Aberdeen basketball.
By the way, hashtag free.
Yes, that was a fun day.
Yeah. For you guys, I was in jail. Wait, no, I was at spring training.
Or the Masters.
Yeah, we're the Masters.
Or anywhere where birds are, which is literally anywhere.
No, they are.
Birds aren't real.
Birdsaren'treal.com. Hashtag birds aren't real. Actually, I think birds are real now.
Oh,
The government picked up on the fact that everyone realized birds aren't real, and now it's squirrels that aren't real.
So how'd they get all the real birds?
Hashtag squirrels aren't real.
Where'd they get the real birds from?
They just brought them back. Real birds always existed.
Where did
The
they put
government just replaced them with
Where did-
robot
yeah.
birds for surveillance.
But where did they? Okay, so you just provided a whole bunch of new problems for this theory.
Okay,
Where did they put the birds when they were gone?
where every dead animal who has ever died goes, into the ground, and then they created new birds based
real
on
birds.
the
They
DNA
created
of
new
the
real
old birds. Yeah,
Like a Jurassic Park situation.
Yes.
Life finds a way.
yeah. I think that you're overcomplicating this. It's actually really simple.
Is it really?
Yeah, the government created birds
Wait,
that are real
they
to
created
replace
them in
the
the
robot
first
birds.
place?
No, they were real to begin with.
Okay.
They regenerated the birds. I don't understand how you're not getting this.
Regen birds.
Anyway, so should we name Aaliyah Kennedy the athlete of the week?
No, I need to talk Aberdeen basketball
okay.
first. They had some dudes who scored a lot of points. Okay,
Okay.
what's next? No, I'm just kidding. I just wanted to say,
Gabe
I thought,
Bodwell.
I thought Babe Gobwell. Dang
Yeah.
it! It's like a dude. That is like. Did you do something to my brain?
Was there a tennis ball involved?
Oh, you wasted that joke. You didn't hear it.
It's okay, I'll tell him later.
So in that game with Elma and Aberdeen, I kept mentioning that Elma had 4 players in double figures. Aberdeen only had 2. But Jacob Cusada did not score a 2-point basket until the fourth quarter, and he had 23 points. He had 7 3-pointers and a 2-point bucket. And what was funny, when he made the 2-point bucket, I was like freaking out because I was like, whoa, he knows how to make 2-pointers too? Wild. Almost the exact opposite stat line, but ending with 19 points was Isaac Garcia, who I think he ended with 8 2-pointers and then hit a 3. But both of those guys played excellent games. And then in the fourth quarter, my guy, Zonto, had 8 points all in the fourth quarter. But it was a back-and-forth game. Aberdeen's only lead in the game was at 10-9 in the first quarter, and yet it was always close. And then they brought it back after Elma had their largest lead of the night to start the fourth quarter. Aberdeen went on an 11-2 run to really tighten things up. They had an opportunity. It was 66-67. They had a possession late. Couldn't find a good look. A lot of contact, but as I was talking to somebody later, where was I talking? I think I was talking to just a fan, an Aberdeen person at hockey yesterday, and they're like, hey, there was nobody fouled out in that game. That's kind of different for us. There wasn't many fouls called in general in the game, and at the end it was kind of a physical play that led to a no call that Aberdeen people are upset about. But now thinking about the rest of the game, the whole game was kind of physical without that many foul calls. Or at least not a ton. It didn't turn into the storyline of the game. So I think that last play, as much as Aberdeen fans, I can understand why they're upset because there was a lot of contact. It's kind of how the whole game was being played. And so, yeah, it ended like that, and then there was a free throw at the end. Then Aberdeen tried to go with that play. Have you ever seen anybody try and run that play where, the inbounder passes it to somebody else who's out of bounds still at the baseline, and then you pass it in? That is one of the weirdest rules of all time to me, that's allowed. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
You can pass it to somebody else who's out of bounds still.
I don't really understand why that's legal.
And can you only do that on the baseline? Because I was thinking if you were doing an inbounds play from the sideline, you could advance the ball.
Yeah, it's got to be.
So I don't think.
Is it on an out of bounds play or is it after a made basket?
I don't know. All I've seen it is after timeouts.
Okay.
But you can pass it from Andrew. If you're on one side of the baseline, you can pass it to the other side, and the clock doesn't start, and you can then throw it in from there.
Wait, from out of bounds, you can pass it to someone else out of bounds?
Yes, and then they pass the ball in bounds.
So you have to have 2 people out of bounds, which means you've got 4 or 5 people covering 3 people.
But then the guy who throws the initial pass can run inbounds and get the ball.
And that is wild. Is that what is that every level?
I've only seen it in high school, but I guess I assume that it's at other levels. You know what else? So the reason for it
is it a pass, or is it just changing to a different person passing it in?
It's also changing to a different spot, though.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm asking. Is it actually? Is it just that it doesn't? It can be anybody, and you could have everybody off the out of bounds and be here.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, is there a limit?
I've never tested.
Could all 5 guys stand out of bounds and just pass the ball back?
Right. I'm assuming you still only have 5 seconds because you have 5 seconds to throw it in.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I don't think it restarts with every person.
But it doesn't. But does it have to be passed in from a certain person? That's the thing about basketball. I don't even know because I never played.
No,
so it's anybody can be passing.
Anybody on the team can pass the ball in.
So it might be just that until you've passed it in, you could give it to somebody else who's also out of bounds and they can pass it in.
Right, maybe. And can't you travel though? So you couldn't be running unless after a made basket you can run the baseline.
After a made basket you can run the baseline, but not after not on an out of bounds play.
Right. It's such a weird, it's a odd rule that I need to learn more about. But anyway, the reason for it, Andrew, is just general misdirection because it's so weird that sometimes people are like, what? And then maybe you can throw it over their head. But also, in this situation, you're down by 2 points and you only have 1 second left. So you have to basically pass it in from the baseline. Well, if you have someone playing defense on you, it's hard to get a good throw off with someone right in front of you.
To touch it into the hoop, right? Like,
well, yeah, but so you need to throw a long pass. Yeah. Well, also it's kind of hard to throw a long pass when somebody's like right in front of you. So you pass it to somebody else, they have a clearer shot.
Yeah.
But you know what's funny is Elma decided not to cover the inbounder. So really it didn't matter. So Aberdeen drew up a play for like that to help. But I always want somebody on the inbounder too. Like what I would have done, Coach Ferrier, somebody should let him know in case they're in this situation again. Have your tall guy stand in front of the inbounder because that'll make it really hard to see and throw a good pass. And then put Isaac back at like the other free throw line and just tell him to play free safety like he did in football. The dude's 6'3" and can jump out of the freaking gym. Like he's going to be able to tip away any pass that's going to go 3/4 court. That's all you needed to do. You could have told everybody else to like sit on their hands. It would have been fine.
Especially because even if he fouls breaking up that pass, that's still setting up. Like that's still a good defense, right? Like.
Well, I mean, it depends on if they would get 2 free throws out of it.
Oh, would you?
But it depends.
Okay, I was assuming like no free throw.
Yeah, if there's no free throws,
like an inbounds with even less
so
time.
It depends on if exactly. If there's because if they had less than 4 fouls in that quarter,
right.
Then they could foul and it didn't really matter. But anyway, isn't that interesting?
Yeah,
like different theories because some people don't cover on ball. Right. I personally think you should, but also that weird out of bounds play weirds me out every time. I know it's legal, but I don't understand why it's legal. And then have you seen the other trick play where like some gyms have like doors on either side of the baseline you run out the door and then back in the other one? Yeah. I freaking love that one. Yeah. Like if I was a coach, I would run that play once a game. Yeah.
Only one.
Dude, you're using like people in the concession line as a screen. Yeah. Like how does that not work?
Yeah.
What? How is that legal?
Popping out. Well, that would work in Monty. Pop out
it'd work at Monty and Hoquiam Square Garden.
Yep.
It wouldn't work in Elma.
Can you do that during the play?
Yeah.
It's
like,
legal for you to leave.
Dudes dribbling up dribbling up the floor, and one of your players can just run out into the concession stand and then back in the other side.
Yeah.
Makes zero sense how that's legal.
Wouldn't work in Elma. It would work in Aberdeen if the doors are actually all open. Yes. They don't always keep all the doors open on that one side.
That's true.
My football brain is like, but how does he establish back in the...
I mean, just step in bounds. All he's got to do is just step in bounds, and he's back in play. It's crazy.
So weird.
Yeah.
What if someone ran that play and you accidentally like ran into somebody in the concession line? You just come back with like ketchup and mustard like all over. Like, oh no!
That would be so funny.
What I really want to see now is a player run out there, grab a hot dog, come back in with the hot dog. That's what needs to happen.
Let's somebody 100%. From one of these schools who has the capability of doing that, do that. I don't even care if it's like if it doesn't have to be organic. Like you don't have to run out and buy the hot dog and wait in line at the concession stand.
Have somebody wait.
Have it ready. Have it in their hand. Just run out, grab a hot dog, take a bite of it, and then I think you probably need to ditch the hot dog before you step in bounds. But you need to make sure everybody sees it when you come in. So like be taking a bite as you're running in the door, but right before you step on the court, chuck it into the stands. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then make sure that there's no reason for them to call anything against you by like having food in your mouth while you're or eating food, like eating actively food while you're
I'll do you one better. Yeah. Have it be a burrito and then hit somebody with the burrito full circle.
As long as it doesn't have beans in it.
Yeah, no beans. Apparently, Chace said Austin Gagne's dad was raging last year when Hoquiam ran that play on them when they beat Tenino. Wait, which one? The one where you run out of the gym?
No,
or the one where you pass
I think he was talking about the
baseline?
Passing baseline to baseline.
He said that before you said
okay, gotcha. Oh, okay, fine. All right, so Leah Kennedy?
Yeah, I think so.
She's our athlete of the week for ludicrous stats.
Yeah. I just remember like her it was one of the games was 17 points and 17 rebounds, and then the other one was like 20 something points and a triple double, but one of the numbers being 14 steals,
12 rebounds, 14 steals.
Yeah.
I can't remember the amount of points.
It was in the 20s though.
A charger. My phone's about to die.
Anyway, Aaliyah Kennedy, as usual, just general excellence and athlete of the week.
She finally wins it.
Yeah, I've actually got a backlog of a few weeks to post now. Dang it, I just remembered.
Justin?
Yeah.
Dang it. Dang it.
It's a bad job by me.
Gosh darn it.
Gonna get those posted.
Yeah.
Okay.
I could probably have helped, but you just said you were going to do it. So now I'm just going to make it your responsibility because you said it.
Yeah. No,
So,
I'll wear that.
Thank you again to our sponsors, the Law Office of Jeffrey A. Domashevitz.
No relation.
What's the A stand for? And Spivey Realty Group, the sponsor of our Spivey Athlete of the Week. We are so grateful for you guys for helping out our show as we just try and highlight local players and make sure that they get some recognition for all the hard work they put in. So again, thank you to our sponsors, and congratulations to Aaliyah Kennedy for your ludicrous triple-double numbers with 14 steals, and for being the Spivey Athlete of the Week. Well done.
Well done.
Seahawks,
Congratulations.
well done like steak, but
Yeah.
bad steak. See, that doesn't make sense. They need to change the term for overcooked steak, because well done should be a good thing.
But it is in fact a murder of steak
Steak
to cook it
murder.
well done.
Yeah, a steak murder.
People who like their steak well done, I'm sorry, I know some of you. This might hurt to hear.
No.
People who like their steak well done should not be allowed to have steak.
Whoa.
I'm sorry.
That's a
You need
bit
to
much.
you need to save that steak for people who like it medium rare to maybe medium at the most. I'm not even allowing medium well people to have steak.
They're just not allowed.
Not allowed.
Wow. So like
I think
in your
sometimes there can be a medical necessity to go to medium well.
Then they should eat
Like-
different food. Like
A medical
leave the
necessity?
Like, it
steak.
needs to be all completely cooked.
really.
Yeah.
I wonder what that medical condition would be.
Like
I can think of a lot of
compromised
fake
immune
names
systems.
for it that would probably make this not a PG-13 show anymore.
Leave.
Your ground meats, your steaks aren't so much a concern because the inside hasn't been contaminated.
They're not as much. of a
We're
concern,
getting
but
some
they could
outside
still
knowledge
be-
that not everybody can
Hannah
hear.
was-
Something about
Hannah
ground
was pointing
meats
out
and
that
steaks.
That's usually more of a concern with ground meat, which is true. I think though that depending on
Well, if Hannah said it,
like
of course it's true.
Yeah.
if for seriously immunocompromised people, the very minor risk that something is still alive in the meat is not worth it.
Oh, that makes sense. Jack says just call it burnt.
Yeah.
If
Yes.
it's, so
Yeah,
that
that's
makes sense.
true.
That's the instead of calling it well done.
I'm not even trying to
change
discriminate against
So
those people.
I'm-
I'm just saying you eat other food.
Again,
Like
taking
leave
this-
the steak for people
you
who
are
will eat it the
discrim-
right way.
You are discriminating.
No.
You're using that word incorrectly.
Nope.
Especially since my brain went to the scenario like my brain just traveled down a rabbit hole where we were living in an alternate reality where people couldn't eat steaks if they were cooked well done or medium well, and I was just like picturing people with like owning their own cows but like in the basement so that they could slaughter them and then cook their meat how they want it, and there's like a meat Gestapo that might break down their door if they thought that they were consuming overdone meats.
I'd be on board with that actually.
Jack's got it right here.
Yeah.
Medium rare is well done.
Yes.
That's correct.
Yes.
So
As in
I-
done well.
I think that I land at the medium spot, but I know that if
I think
I'm
you should
ordering-
not be allowed to have steak.
If I'm ordering a steak at a restaurant, which is rare, pun intended.
You're more of a pork guy.
Well, it's expensive.
Yeah.
I order it medium rare, knowing that
Yeah.
I'll likely get it
Yes.
exactly how I want it, and my dad will order it medium rare and then get grumpy that it's cooked too much.
I will order. I'll go to, when I go to a restaurant and order a steak if I'm worried about that. Like if you go to a good restaurant and you order it medium rare.
I mean, like a good steak restaurant.
Yeah, a good
'Cause
steak restaurant.
I think
But if
there's
you-
some good restaurants that don't know how to do steak.
That's
right.
true. Good. That's fair. So if you go to like a good steakhouse and you order it medium rare, you should be able to expect it to be
Yes.
medium rare. But if you go to like a random restaurant and order a steak, I will actually say, cook it as rare as you can,
Like
because they just won't do it. Like this happened once. We went to Olive Garden, and I ordered a steak at Olive Garden.
Yeah.
And I ordered it as rare as possible, and I came in, there was zero pink in it.
What?
No pink. So I was like, I
that is wild.
I wasn't really going to complain or make a big stink about it. I was there with Steve Bovey,
Okay.
and he saw it, and
Miss
he
that
was like, you're not just going to let that slide. And I was like, it's not that big a deal. I'll just eat it. And he was like, you know what? It's not a problem. They're not going to be mad. And so he like calls the waiter
Yeah.
over and is like, hey, he ordered this rare and it came with no pink. And so they were like, oh, I'm so sorry. We'll get you another one.
Yeah.
Brought me another one. Exact same thing. So I ate all of both meals. It was a good day. It was a good day.
Wait, why was it a good day? What?
It was a good day
You
because
ate 2 bad steaks.
I got 2 meals for the price of 1.
But you just said that people shouldn't even be allowed to eat steaks if they're that well done, and yet you're saying you enjoyed it.
Two more than medium steaks, when one of them is completely free, is almost as good as getting a steak the way I ordered it.
Wow. You heard it here first. Jack says you need to go to Texas Roadhouse.
Yes.
Parson says Steve wouldn't stand for that steak. I appreciate that. Absolutely.
He was really nice. Like he wasn't like angry
He wasn't,
or
like, a
aggressive,
Karen
but
about
he
it.
was like, dude, it's okay.
Yeah, you can send it back.
You can send it back.
if you want to eat spit.
Yeah. Well, hopefully not. Oh my gosh, did I eat spit?
Probably. I don't know. Maybe that's an old restaurant type
I
thing.
taste it in my mouth now.
Ugh, don't do that.
Does that look like spit to you?
Hey, hey,
Just-
how about them Seahawks?
I think they're pretty good.
Gonna get a bacon burger. It's for a cop.
It's for
Don't spit in that cop's burger.
I don't want a large pharma.
Okay,
I want a
Seahawks.
liter of cola.
The Seahawks won. They're the number 1 seed.
Yes.
Like, what the heck?
Dude, not only are they the number 1 seed, they just physically dominated the Niners. Like, the Niners, that was bizarre how much they dominated that game, and yet every time they got down into the red zone, they're like, yeah, we don't actually like points. We're just not going to score them. We're going to miss a couple field goals. We're going to not throw it to a wide open player on the 1-yard line. And yet they just dominated him so much that it didn't even matter. It was crazy.
So if we kind of flash back to what we thought about this team preseason, I remember saying, I think the team's pretty good. I don't know if they're great. I do think that they're going to be interesting.
Yeah.
I was interested
Yes.
with the roster they put together and how
Yeah.
good we believe the defense was going to be. I don't think anybody was predicting 14-3 and number 1 seed in the NFC.
No.
In fact, I've been getting a lot of clips on my algorithm, my Instagram algorithm, of just guys making it, like Phil Simms, Colin Coward, like all these guys at the beginning of the season making predictions about the Seahawks. A lot of them are picking them to be last in the division,
So nuts.
giving them just absolutely no
Yeah.
shot. And now all of a sudden they're number 1 in the NFC, and also that's with playing in the division. It's the only division in the NFL that had 3 double-digit winning teams. Like, no question about it. Absolutely best division in the NFL with
Yeah.
those 3 teams at the top. And they were able to come out on top of that and be the number 1 overall seed in the NFC.
Well, I think Vegas had their over-under before the year at like 8.5. And they just absolutely blew that out of the water. Even Nick Sisson a couple weeks ago, I don't know if Nick's still watching, but he was like, well, but who have they actually beat? And I was like, okay, you might have an argument. Oh, now they
I
beat
think
the
he
Rams
called them
and the
sea
Niners.
frauds.
He did, didn't he?
I think he did.
Yeah, what does he think now that we beat the Niners and the Rams and make the Niners look like absolutely impotent? Like, what in the world, man? Just dominated. This defense is super special to watch. Sam Darnold is enough. Jackson Smith and Jigba somehow is always open.
He
Like, they
finished
show-
the season as the NFL leading receiver.
Yeah, they show replays, and he's like getting double covered, and he's still like 5 yards open on just a simple dig route. And I'm like, what is going on? Chace says Pats Hawks Super Bowl. Before that, Jack Traxel says if it ain't pink, he's not paying for the steak. And then Pope conspiracy. I'm not sure what the Pope conspiracy was
the
about.
last 2 times that a Pope was named, the Seahawks got to the Super Bowl.
And
And a
won
Pope was
13 or
just
more
named.
games in the regular season. Both of the last 2 times that a new pope was named,
Yeah.
the Seahawks won 13 or more games in the regular season and advanced to the Super Bowl.
So Pope's
And
like
now we have a
this-
new pope, and the Seahawks won 13 or more games, so it would stand to reason that history would repeat itself and they'd make it to the Super Bowl again.
Wow.
Also, have you guys seen their point differential?
Yeah, it's the best in the NFL.
191.
Did you see?
Their franchise best.
That is wild.
In 2013, I just had it up. In 2013, they were 186 in the positive.
This is
That is
just
with one more game though.
Yeah, right.
this is just crazy to me. How much it shows that the current common thinking of how to raise and select a quarterback to be your franchise quarterback is so dumb. Because they're like, oh yeah, first round pick, throw him right onto the worst team, expect him to do well. Oh no, he sucks, throw him away, try again. And it's like, you're saying that all of these guys who are super successful in college actually suck. You're not saying that it's really hard to play quarterback and maybe you should, like, you know, work him in there, not expect him to be great. Maybe don't play him as a rookie because, hey, the reason why you have that first round pick is because your team was terrible. So maybe don't get him murdered by your non-existent offensive line. Like, how many? I'm so impressed. Who's the guy for Jacksonville? I always forget his name.
Trevor Lawrence.
The fact that he didn't just get completely broken and now he's like a good quarterback.
Yeah.
blows
Yeah, and
me away.
they won their division.
Yeah, and the fact that they stuck with him too,
They
because
won 13 games.
yeah, they had an awesome season, and it's the current culture of draft a quarterback, start him from day one, he struggles, keep running him out there until his brains are beat in, and then go, oh, that guy stinks. Tua Tagovailoa, that guy's terrible. Like,
He might actually be bad now though.
now,
'Cause his
probably
head got-
because his head is gonna have
he's
CTE.
A little too beat up.
It
yeah.
just blows me away.
Yeah.
Elma High School Athletics says nobody cares about the Patriots, Chase. Oh, we
Well,
got some
Chase
inner Elma-
said the last 3 times the Patriots were a top 2 seed, they made the Super Bowl. Which again, that combined with
When
the Pope
he
conspiracy
says
is gonna make my prediction, my very educated prediction of a Seahawks Patriots Super Bowl become a reality. And I am so looking forward to the idea that the Seahawks could play the Patriots in the Super Bowl, and I will root for the Patriots.
Wow.
Yeah,
Full circle.
our Pats, Chase's Pats, my Pats. We're gonna get. Oh, is that Will?
Now people,
Oh, that's Will running the Elma High School athletics page. Nice. I'm glad to know that.
this defense reminds me of the old Seahawks defenses where every time somebody catches a pass, you're expecting them to get blown up. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I think that's the rest of what I have to. Oh, and the running backs are doing pretty darn well.
And they have 2. Like,
They
it's
have
not.
2.
They're not leaning on one guy. They have
Right.
multiple guys who, at different moments, pop off and make big plays.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think they've gone 26 games without allowing a 100-yard rusher.
Oh, jeez.
Is that right?
26
I'm
in
not
a row?
100% sure on the number, but it's back into last year. And
That's crazy.
Yeah. It's wild.
Well, are we ready to move on from Seahawks to our final segment?
We are, except for I'm watching a hockey because you know how I just get distracted by. Oh, Andrew scrolled away from it.
Problem solved.
Yeah.
Never mind. Yes, we're ready for the
Well,
last
then-
part of our non-hockey show now that we're in halves.
Let's move on to the final part of our show, which is my favorite part of the show.
Dude, we're like a college basketball show now with just 2 halves.
Yeah,
What is going on?
That was for me.
Pray all the sounds.
Serving questions up on a silver platter where the points are made up and the rules don't matter. Time for Stump Daniel.
Stump Daniel is brought to you by the law office of Jeffrey A. Damashevitz, no relation.
What's the A stand for?
And today, Daniel, I just have one question for you, and I want to make this a very answerable question. And I'm also hoping that since this has been popping up the last few days, it came from an interview that I thought was funny. But it's been it's hit my algorithm like 3 or 4 times, so I'm hoping you haven't seen it yet.
I don't think I have because I started this new thing where like I shut off all of my algorithm type apps when I get home. Like I got that thing. It's called the brick.
Oh.
Where you tap your phone to it and it basically turns your phone into like just a phone.
You could just get an actual brick and put it on top of your
could
phone.
just smash my phone.
Not smash it, just set it on top of it.
Just set the brick.
Yeah,
down.
set the
But
brick on
then
top of
I
your-
can't use my phone for messages without taking the brick off.
That's a good point.
And I could still just watch
What if you put your phone
YouTube.
on top of the brick? Daniel.
Yes.
I'm gonna give you.
I'll stop advertising for that thing.
I'm gonna give you
They haven't given us any money.
2 yes or no questions
Okay.
that I hope you will use wisely.
Uh-oh. I get to ask those as hints?
Yes.
Oh, cool. I like
There's
this.
one question that you have to answer, and you get 2 yes or no questions to help narrow down your answer.
Okay.
Daniel, who is the only active NFL head coach who has more rushing yards in his career than Bo Jackson? The only NFL head coach
What?
who has more career rushing yards than legendary short career also,
Yeah.
Bo Jackson,
Head coach.
head coach. So that narrows it down already. You got 32. So you can use your yes or no questions to narrow that field down even further.
Okay. Is the head coach in the AFC?
Yes, the head coach is in the AFC.
Okay. Is the head coach in the AFC North?
He is not in the AFC North. So you know this is an AFC head coach that's either in the West, the South, or the East.
I was really hoping I hit the division because now
I
I'm.
don't think I could come up with enough coaches' names.
Yeah, you can't look at the comments because the answer is in the comments.
The answer's in the comments.
So you got to keep your eyes straight ahead. So you eliminated Dan Campbell, and that was where like a lot of people were going like, wait, who's someone who played in the NFL who's a head coach now?
Yeah,
But he was
like
a tight end, so he wouldn't have rushing yards.
Jim Harbaugh was. He's in one of the eligible divisions.
Mm-hmm.
Did John Harbaugh play in the NFL?
I
Or just
think he was
Jim?
I don't know if he played in the NFL. I also don't think. I think he was a defensive player when he played. I want to say maybe he was a defensive back or something.
You got Vrabel, but he was a defensive player. Raheem Morris just got fired, but he's an NFC coach anyway. Pete Carroll, no.
Yeah, John Harbaugh didn't play in the NFL, but he was a defensive back at Miami, Ohio.
Who's also like a head coach that would bring this up? I feel like Jim Harbaugh would be like, I've got more running yards than Bo Jackson. He's a weird enough guy to just bring that up. Okay, so you got in the AFC West, you've got Harbaugh, Carroll, Sean Payton, and
Is the Bengals? Oh wait, that's the North.
yeah, so
Who's the other team in the West?
Peyton, Carroll, Harbaugh.
Is it Chiefs?
Yeah, Chiefs.
So it'd be
okay,
Andy Reid.
Andy Reid
Is it
does
Andy Reid?
not have more rushing yards. Unless you're counting rushing to the buffet. Okay, so Harbaugh's the only thought there. The Bengals. I don't know who the Bengals head coach is.
Is it still Zach Martin? Or Zach? Is that right?
Titans. Got them. You know what? I'm going to stop acting like I know all of the head coaches in the AFC.
Okay.
And I'm just going to go with Jim Harbaugh because I know he played an offensive position that carried a football at some points in the NFL.
Jim Harbaugh is correct.
Yes!
Jim Harbaugh rushed for 2,787 yards in his NFL career, and Bo Jackson rushed for 2,782. So Harbaugh had 5 yards more. You know, the funny thing is the clip that this comes from, I don't know if this was, I've only seen the clips. I haven't seen the full thing, but they're like interviewing a bunch of different NFL coaches and like going back and forth. So they're asking all the NFL head coaches this question. and nobody seems to be able to get it. Even John Harbaugh did not get that his brother was the one who had more rushing yards than Bo Jackson.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
How many more attempts was it? I wonder.
I don't have that information right in front of me.
Andrew, can you Google that really quick? How many rushing attempts Jim Harbaugh had in his career, and how many rushing attempts Bo Jackson had?
I'll do Bo Jackson rush attempts.
What if he had a higher average? Like it was all just fluky long running plays from QB scrambles. I would not have pegged it for being that many yards. Harbaugh must have been a lot better than
He
I
actually
thought
was a mobile. He was at the time for the time he was a mobile quarterback.
And
Let's see. Bo Jackson over 4 years had 515 rushing attempts.
okay. We're still waiting on Jim Harbaugh's.
Oh, I typed in Jill Harbaugh on accident.
I don't think she had very many.
No, I don't think so either.
She was more of a pocket passer.
Let's
Grok's
see.
taking a while because Andrew's got it on expert mode over there.
Let's see. Rushing attempts for Jim Harbaugh, 561.
Oh, so not that different.
No, pretty
Probably
close.
just took him a lot more years to get that many attempts.
He was a five yards per carry average guy.
Wow. What do you know?
Jill Harbaugh never had a carry.
I'm just throwing that out
in the
there. Hey, I'm just
NFL.
going to throw this out there. Jim Harbaugh, better running back than Bo Jackson.
Well, Bo Jackson did average
Better rushing.
5.4 yards per carry. So he was 0.4 yards per carry.
You're right.
Oh, the Steelers. Wait. Steelers beat Ravens? Wait, the headline doesn't match the thing here.
Dude, Jack just told me that we missed a hell of a Sunday night game, and it was absolutely wild. But
I got a headline
I'm
that
just
said
grateful
Steelers.
that Jack was watching us as well as that football game.
The ESPN headline
Thanks,
said
Jack.
Steelers beat Ravens, and then it said the Ravens are the conference or the division champions. So the good job ESPN. You contradicted yourself.
Yeah, ESPN.
Stupid ESPN.
Why aren't you better?
The Steelers won 26-24. Cool. I hate the Ravens.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
You hate them. Do you still hate them because...
Yes.
Okay.
I hate them because they tried to break Chris Johnson in half.
Oh, I forgot about that.
That was the main reason that I started hating them.
I thought you started hating them because Ray Lewis was a murderer.
No, that was just one of the things I like to say after I started hating them.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense.
Yeah. Big time when the Titans used to be good, big time rival, and I used to care about them. Big time rivalries between those two. Someday, if the Titans are good again, I'll care about them again. But right now, they couldn't even tank properly, and they only get the 5th pick in the draft
What bums.
or 4th. Yeah, that's right. The Giants went over a couple wins. They went from being the number 1 pick to the number 5 pick.
That's
Losers.
hilarious. Morons.
Anyway,
What
I
do
think
they
that's
think
I
of
think
winning
that's
you?
gonna do it for our show today.
I think it is too.
Yeah.
Hopefully I can do some show prep next week. I think I'll try and schedule that in. Show
Okay.
prep
Okay.
this day.
Maybe next time that it rolls around to like 1 a.m. and I'm not able to sleep, I'll just skip the lying in bed with my eyes wide open and just do show prep in the middle of the night.
Hey, maybe here's the problem, because I was like, maybe when I'm up helping the kids go back to sleep in the middle of the night, I could do show prep.
Yeah.
But the phone light, I think, would probably make them stay up longer.
So you just sit in the dark,
Yeah, just sit there.
like with your own thoughts?
Well, I'm also
sounds
like
awful.
trying to get the kids to go back to sleep.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, which sometimes is like,
I hate being alone with my own thoughts. I have to put something in my head, music or a podcast or something.
bean burrito.
Yeah.
No, you throw the burrito.
I drop the burrito on whoever's on the ground.
I'm just picturing you alone with your own thoughts, dropping like just crawling, like going into your son's room and just dropping a burrito on him
Have
at
to
like
practice.
3 a.m.
Yeah.
Just be like, and then he wakes up and you're just like, I'm just practicing. It's so creepy
Yeah.
and weird. We need to be done. That's gonna do it for. Let's see. We just need to talk more about Barnstormers football, dude. Send us information, Jack. Show us your improvements in the coaching. Do it.
Cool.
Yeah, it's gonna do it for our show today. I'm Daniel. No, wait, I'm supposed to say you're Justin.
Yeah.
Thank you for my co-host, Justin, dropping burritos on injured kids, Damashevitz.
And my co-host Daniel. I like my steaks well done with ketchup. Hargrove.
What? Ah, that is a travesty, a shame, and a mockery, sir.
Travis and mockery.
A Travis and mockery.